we learned something also very simple in terms of the rules of the game. For us, we always work better when we get paid up front. Okay, so for us, my pricing today is $15,000 a month plus a 10% rev share. Okay, and it's very simple. When we charge this $15K a month, we work a lot harder up front, and it enables us to prioritize the deal, especially today. Today, like, we already have clients that pay us the amount that we want to get paid. Okay, so it's hard to prioritize new deals that have a probability to get to that number when they're not going to pay us anything up front. So to be fair, as much as I'd like to only be able to charge a rev share, I think it reduced friction in the deal to get more deals and relationships started. It just doesn't work from an incentive-based perspective for us. We don't work at all on deals that aren't paying us yet, and we aren't able to prioritize them as a result of that. So it's unfair to the client to onboard them and then treat them as a very low priority. That $15K, it's a meaningful number to us. When you're looking at this and you're considering what you might charge, I would encourage you with that number specifically to just charge something that makes you feel like it's worth it. Okay, $15,000 to us is worth it. It's not too little money, but it's not too much money. You know, it gets us in motion, makes us prioritize the relationship. It doesn't hurt if we have to refund and fire the client. That's important to note. However, you know, it's meaningful enough where, like, we don't want to just fire and refund the client and be like tyrants and just, you know, if somebody's annoying or something's not as easy as we thought, we just like fire them and refund them the money. We want it to be meaningful enough where we're not willing to do that. We want it to be not too much where we're not willing to fire them and walk away if we have to. And we also want it to be meaningful enough where we can prioritize the deal. Okay, so that's how you want to be thinking with what that number should be for you specific. Now, to be clear, in addition to that, it's very important to note skin in the game. Okay, clients need skin in the game. Without skin in the game, they're not going to prioritize what you're doing together. I assure you of that from personal experience, because we've tried just the rev share route and it just doesn't work for either party. The client, because they didn't have to pay any money for you, they're going to do so slow, dude. They're gonna be little turtles on their end. They're not gonna get you the logins you need fast enough. They're not gonna be able to shoot ads fast enough. They're not gonna do new VSLs fast enough. And why would they? They haven't paid anything. There's no skin in the game on their end. They're just kicking back, waiting to make money, and then kicking you off a rev share. They don't need to do things on their end fast. They might tell you to try to convince you, oh yeah, no, don't worry, dude. Like, you don't need to charge me a fee. I'll do everything fast. That Jeremy guy's wrong. And you're gonna learn the hard way. Skin in the game matters a lot, okay? It doesn't matter, once again, whether it's $15K or whatever you might want to charge in addition to the rev share, but them paying something will make them do the shit you need them to do a lot faster than if you don't. Okay, very important note. Now, anyway, this also, when it comes to our pricing, let me explain how this works. So we deduct the fee from what's paid on the rev share. So it's like they either only pay the fee or they either only pay the rev share. So let me explain how this works. If they are making at least $150,000 or more, then they only pay the difference in rev share. Because once again, let's use the example that they in total made $200,000. Okay, they in that example with 10% would owe a total of $20,000. We take the fee, okay, and we deduct the fee. This is what's important to note. So we subtract the $15K that they already paid for us. So they would wire over the difference in that example of $5,000. So it's like to the client when they do this, yeah, they already paid us the $15K. Now they're also paying us $5. Well, that simply put, that just totals $20. It's like they only paid the rev share. Okay, if they net $150K or less, then they're only paying the $15K fee. Because to be clear, $150K times 10% is $15,000 or less. So they don't pay any rev share when they make $150K or less. Okay, that's what's important to note about this whole situation, is it's framed like an either or thing, but regardless, like that $15K is going to get charged every month, and like I said, it's a recurring fee, it's ongoing 30-day basis getting charged. We will just deduct it from what's owed on the rev share. The rev shares, we always try to get paid between the 1st and the 5th of the following month. So that's when everything's calculated. In terms of how it's calculated, it's usually their bookkeeper or accountant working with our bookkeeper or our accountant.